Welcome to my channel, welcome to Pegasus' Time to Fly. So today I decided to do this pick a card reading. I normally do a weekly spell check that I post mostly on a Monday morning or Monday at some point, and that gives us an energy read for the week. But today I thought, no, I'm going to go a little bit rogue, and I just felt like I needed to do this reading, which is what is next. That's going to be the theme of this whole reading. So what's coming up next? And then I'm going to do it in slightly two sections. I'm going to do one on love and romance and partnerships or potential new partnerships, and then I'm going to do one part of what's next on basically what's going to be good for you or what you need to be aware of. So just also, before I go through the piles and the type of reading I'm going to do today, I will just say that I will be putting timestamps in on them. So pile 1, pile 2 and pile 3 will have in the comments details below the exact start time so that you can go straight to the reading. So I've got 3 piles that you will choose from, and within those piles I've pre-shuffled. So there will be a pile of some of these tarot from the Modern Witch deck, and then there will be, I'll be using my Wellness Island deck to do some clarification once all the cards are out, and I'm going to be using the Romance Angels cards. Each pile has 2 of these changes cards that I sometimes use. Change is this idea, for me, these are butterflies, so they're very spiritual symbols, butterflies. They're normally about spirit in some way. That could be messages that they want to get across to you, or sometimes even if you just see them, it can be somebody in spirit trying to give you a personal message. So I thought that they would be great for our what's coming next pick a card reading. Pile 1 has this green agate crystal angel, if you decide to pick that one. And pile 2 has this little doll, and pile 3 has a baby Cilla. That's my black cat Cilla. Yeah, it's cute. And yes, she was actually with me in the office just a second ago doing another reading, and she just popped herself off. So she may come back during the reading. That'd be nice if she does. So make your choice then. Take a bit of time. Hope you enjoy your messages. I hope they resonate with you. Okay, I'll see you in the reading. So welcome group 1. So if you're listening to this reading, you have picked this green agate crystal angel for pile 1. So whenever I use this crystal, I kind of really resonate with Archangel Raphael. He is the healing angel. You picking this group 1, it might be that this next step, which is the whole theme of these 3 readings, what's next, you know, might be that this is something now that's come after a very emotional, difficult time with that sort of love, affection and support and understanding that that's what you for some reason needed group 1, and that was going to be very important for you. Collectively, there feels like there's so much change going on. Now we're in this 4th month, and you know, it's, even though March is technically the start of spring, it feels like spring is kind of really on the go as we reach. I'm just going to burn a little bit of sage while I talk to you about this. This sense of, you know, beautiful spring flowers coming out. There's daffodils and tulips all over my garden, and it just feels like this really new phase going on in the year, and it's just after a time that's very much needed, and that change feels quite strong. So I just felt guided to do this reading for you today. So I said that I would do 2 different separate columns. One column was going to be about what's next for you generally, what's going on in life, and then what next is going to be in love. So generally in life, we are looking at seeking and finding. So this was all about what's next, new things, new challenges, new jobs, new people, new endeavours, new ambitions. You know, there's There's a lot going on for this. So let's turn all the cards over before I start. Okay. That was actually in reverse, and that's actually that way so that you can see it. A little angel there. Well, first of all, in terms of what is coming next for you, group 1, I spoke about this healing. It's seeking and finding. Spirit want you to know. So, Spirit want you to know that there is more out there for you to experience than is currently within your everyday life, they want me to say. So what is it that needs to change? There needs to be growth. We need to find our wings and fly. And it's something that we need to do, and we need to work in collaboration with somebody else. So this isn't love we're talking about. Knight of Swords energy, fast-paced air energy. Feels like there's something you want to do, or that you know is eating away at you, that you need to do, and you're frightened that the right thing won't come along. Or you're frightened that there won't be this give or take in the scenario, and that could be within your time, hours in a day. Do you feel like you don't have the time to make the necessary changes? Do you feel like you're in separation from life itself? This card talks about sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure about the future. And because we're not looking about this in the sense of love, I'm reading this. This is this idea of your foundation feeling unsteady and you feeling alone. It's like you feel like Archangel Michael's here, because it feels like what you really want to change in life, it feels unobtainable. You know, this could be your home life. Is your home life feeling isolated, abandoned, alone? Do you feel like everything's happening so fast around you, and this kind of being able to earn enough money to then make life a better place, it just feels like this constant robbing Peter to pay Paul, they just said. So financially, sixes are about building a foundation. So I think it's like we need to think more positive about how to build our finances. How can we make our situation better? Well, being isolated and feeling alone is just not going to help us seek and find. If we need to go out and seek and find something, whether this is a job, more money, more balance in our life, it's something that we need to put into action. It's a change we need to make. Archangel Raphael says, have the courage to move forward gallantly, like this knight is, in some way which is going to involve you taking a risk, coming outside of your comfort zone, giving to something that you can't see at this stage. And your drive is that you want to be more abundant. Have you felt like this mindset feels like it's one of lack that you've been in? That you've just, you know, lack of company, lack of funds, lack of drive, lack of self-worth, for want of a different phrase, because they're telling me this is about how you feel about yourself. The knight is somebody, this knight, he charges in to defend. You know, are you needing to stand up for yourself and defend yourself in some area of your life that you've just been allowing to... They're showing me this overgrown weeds in a garden that you've not tended to in a long time. Something's very overgrown, and it's to the point that nothing else can... No flowers can come up. No, it can't be in order. It's just saturated by this growth that is out of control. Okay. Sadness, missing something, thinking about it. Okay, so this feels like stuck energy. Feeling sorry for ourselves. You know, why am I not in this job that I love? Why am I doing something that I just feel isn't meeting me halfway? It's like I put all my energy into something. I just feel like I'm not quite there. I'm not getting there. If this is somebody with their own business, they're saying keep moving forward. This knight, you know, goes on this journey on his horse with his sword, and he doesn't know what he's going to expect, but you know, he's seeking. He's showing the universe that he's trying. I'm trying to move forward, and I'm trying to find like creative ways to make income, or to get customers, or to market a product, or to do something. Or maybe you're at a stage where you're working for somebody at the moment and you wish to do a side hustle or something else that's going to earn you extra income, and you're thinking, well, can I make that work? Will that pay? Would that be worth me pursuing? There is something, an opportunity or something in your pathway or coming your way that if you put your best foot forward, it's going to become a reality. You're going to be able to make the changes that you so wish to make. Something is coming around that it wants you to be brave, it wants you to be bold, and take a chance. Okay, let's clarify some of these cards. So we have the Two of Wands. Yeah, this is like, for me, the Two of Wands is like a portal opening for you. A portal of realization, of new realities. Something uncharted, somewhere you've not been before. It's asking you to be light-hearted about it, even though you can't see it, you can't taste it, you can't touch it. It's like you have to imagine it. And this could be buying a new home, or you see this building in the background of this card. This could be, you know, you want to move. You can't see how. You don't know how you're going to afford it. You don't know how the prospect of it. You want to go somewhere completely different, somewhere new. It's about firing those intentions out into the universe and saying, this is what I want, and I'm going to make the first step towards what I want. And look, that step can be as simple as a telephone conversation with somebody, or Googling some information about an idea, or speaking to friends about a current situation, opening your heart up, saying, you know, I'm worried about this, this, or this. What would your feedback be? This Six of Pentacles, you know, I said it's talking about building something new, a foundation, an opportunity. It's about collaborating, opening yourself up, and coming out of this separation, which has been you isolating yourself from ideas, dreams, hopes, passions. It's like you've been just sort of cut off, and the universe wants you to seek and find. Okay, let's look at love for you now. So what's our next step in love? Well, courage. We need courage. We're coming out of this Three of Swords moment. I'm glad that's in reverse, because it's like you're coming out the other side. And beautifully, group one, I just want to say, next to the Wheel of Fortune, this is things turning, tables turning, things changing, on the up. Have courage, you know, and have like patience with that courage. For somebody, you've been through a really very sad time within your love life. Feels lonely. On the back of this energy of separation within your next step, you know, I think this might be linked. Chances are, if this is the scenario going on in your life right now, your love may be the cause of it, or maybe another symptom of it. But for sure, it feels like you have been like frozen in fear, is what I want to say. Frozen in fear because of the lack of love in your life. And Spirit is saying there's courage needed. Move forward. And then you have, as well as these beautiful cards with the Wheel of Fortune, you have this Camera card. Okay, for me this is about potentially you going over old memories, looking at photos, having regrets, reminiscing, looking at keepsakes, feeling sad. This could be because you've lost somebody you love very, very dearly, and this idea of love just has not really seemed like anything you want to pay much attention to right now. But it is asking you to reopen your heart to it. It's time to pull these 3 swords out of your heart, whatever that has been for you. It feels like the energy of this card is that they're falling out anyway. Those swords are falling out. That's like a letting go energy for me, releasing. And then this Wheel of Fortune next to it is turning, turning, turning. You know, something that might have been on the ground is now going up to the sky, and it's revolving, it's changing, it's transcending into new beginnings, new potential. And on the back of these old memories, reminiscing, looking backwards, this is asking you to make new memories, maybe with a new person or a new mindset. It's asking you to change your perception on this area of your life, think differently about it. Remember, what we think tends to turn out to be our reality. And if we think things are desolate and hopeless, then, well, then they will be. But if we think positively and we move towards a more, okay, so as this one flipped, this 9 of Swords, it's like this feeling of being trapped. That can be trapped in this turmoil of your mind. You know, one minute you think, yeah, I can do that. I can be open. I can think differently. I can try something new. And then like straight after it, there's this other voice on your shoulder that says, no, I can't. I was hurt last time and it's painful and I don't have the courage to. So it's like you're stuck. It's like actually being stuck's worse than having one specific mindset. Being stuck in between the two leaves you disorientated, unsure. You know, this is, I said about gaining this confidence. This is time for you to try and build confidence. Try and look at the areas in which you know that you lack and do what you can to try and build them up. Okay. So, in our What's Next reading, whoa, whoa, love, okay, so children, your love life is being affected by children. And the next card is free yourself. So that doesn't mean go out and get rid of your children, guys. But it might mean get a babysitter and go out on a date. Who knows? It might say, don't think that just because you have children, that it means you can't have love. You can't introduce somebody new into your life. Often people try and compartmentalise, don't they? And say, right, well, I'm a single parent, so I've got my children here and, there's no room, or I don't know how that would even look for me to potentially introduce dating into that dynamic. Well, you know what? Who knows? You have to give things a go. How will you possibly know if you don't try? And then you have this card, make the effort. This is this really putting yourself out there, extending comfort zones, doing new things, doing stuff that scares you. And it says keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectation. If you're single and you're looking for something new, don't rule somebody out just because they don't wear the right clothes or their hair colour's different to what you normally go for. Maybe this is one big complete change in your life, and that's asking you to do these different things and make the effort, put yourself out. Do your hair, make an effort with your appearance. Care about yourself enough to say, look, I have value, this is me, I care about how I feel and how I look. And then that sort of reciprocates into our energy generally in life. And this is how, we attract and align with a better energy, something better than we had before. For those of you watching this that are already married or in an existing dynamic. Perhaps your children have been causing some blockage for you two to spend quality time together, and that happens, doesn't it, when we've got young children or even older children that we're worried about. It can preoccupy our minds so that we're not thinking about our partner and maybe not making the same efforts with our partner. Maybe that's something somebody needs to hear. You know, you can be married or with a partner for years and years and years. It doesn't mean it doesn't mean you should stop making an effort to show them you love them. And I also get here, for somebody with children, it's asking you to go out and enjoy yourself and have your free time in order to be balanced. You know, if you're just isolating and staying at home constantly and not going out and just constantly all you do is be a parent, it doesn't give you that inner balance as you need as an adult in order to be stimulated and to be fulfilled. You know, we need all lots of different elements in our lives in order for us to thrive. And it feels like maybe you've been a little bit out of balance in some of these areas, and it's something you really need to consider. Going out and do something fun with a friend. Go and have a few drinks, go to karaoke night, go to a club, go to the cinema if your favourite film show, and, you know, some me time, some you time. But ultimately, I feel like the cards want you to know that your next step is maybe new beginnings in love, and it's going to be really a time of you having to be brave as well. I think you need to come out of your comfort zones and really face the unknown. It feels like you've been hiding away, Group 1, and not facing life. You know, not facing change, people, interaction, and also not really being aware of what's going on with yourself internally, which has been like this energy of you wanting to hide. But I think your next step is to bravely, boldly go where no one has been before, or you certainly anyway, and do new things in order to bring about this next step. I wish you the utmost luck with all the wonderful new experiences you're going to have, Group 1. Welcome, Group 2, and you chose the beautiful doll, the original doll. Some of you don't know this. My nickname is Doll, and so is my best friend's, and we actually call each other Doll and Doll. So, Doll, if you're listening, you probably did pick this. I imagine you would have done. This one's for you. Okay, so these readings, as I said earlier, are about what's next. And this is what's next in terms of our lives. And this is what's next in terms of our love. The love. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Okay. I'm trying to read these upside down. I don't normally do my readings like this. I don't normally have the cards on full display. Some readers like to do that, and I like to see readings where they do it as well. So I thought today, let me just change it up a little bit for you guys. After all, these next steps in our lives are probably going to involve change. So, Group 2, my dolls. First card you have is body changes. Fab. You know what this means? Well, on the whole, it can mean a lot of different things, but ultimately, somebody out there listening to this is going on this journey where they're gaining confidence, and the next step is about making these huge changes in their lives where they see themselves differently. And this could be about your physical body shape. Perhaps you are losing weight, or you've been on this journey where you've lost a lot of weight and you're now getting to this target stage, and your next step is like this, enjoying the journey, enjoying what you have achieved, and really owning it, you know, owning that. When we make big body changes, you know, in the positive light, so we'll look at it in different aspects, but let's talk about this positive light initially. This is a time of great confidence and seeing ourselves in a very different light. And yeah, this is going to be important for you. It's like this is something you've wanted to change about yourself for a long time. And that can be how you feel about yourself. That can be this idea that you're smaller now and you just feel so wonderful and vibrant. This can mean that you've taken on new exercise plans and you're getting into shape, ready for the summer. And for some of you, this means you're at the start of the journey. So the next step is to change this about yourself. You know, maybe this is for health reasons. Maybe you just need to get healthier and be looking more at your well-being than you have been. This is going to be like a really big thing for my group 2s. 7 of Cups along with this is like water energy. So this is your Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And this 7 of Cups is like choices. So for some of you, how you go about making these changes is like you need to make choices. Some people will be joining a gym. Some people will be joining the diet club. Other people will just be cutting things out or just doing things in a very different way. And it feels like you need to understand that this is your choice. And this is something that, sorry, that is in the wrong way. This is something that you need to guide. It feels like you're going to be developing new ways of thinking, new strategies in how to stay motivated and keep going and have these new perceptions of the self. You know, if you are somebody that's lost a lot of weight or got super fit or has been training for something, maybe you're running a marathon, this is like you were gifted this idea to make these changes. And for those of you that are just on the cusp of making the decision, this is like a gift from above saying to you, go and do it. You can make it happen. It's within your grasp. This is your choice. You see this little witch, she's got all these options of how she can make changes or what she can choose, what she can go and do. And that's going to be really important for somebody. This is going to be a very exciting time for you, group 2. They want me just to say as well that these things are never easy. So if this is a new challenge or something that you're undertaking with well-being or exercise, or it's something that you just need to be aware of, it's going to take time, it's going to take commitment, and it's going to take your energy. And, you know, it's an exciting time. You've also then got the card of sunglasses. Okay, this tells me looking for things from a different perspective. I talked about being given this new mindset, this new idea about how you choose to go towards something. It also says, so for another part of the group, it says watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception and focusing out. So this could be somebody watching you, somebody seeing this new you or this new mindset and finding it very attractive. And, you know, for some, when we make these changes and they're for the better, they alienate other people around us. So if you're getting negative feedback, like, oh, do you really need to do that? Do you need to make those changes? Should you be, you know, doing this? And, oh, maybe you've lost too much weight. Maybe you changed so much that it's alienated somebody else or knocked somebody else's confidence. And this card really wants you to say, you know what, this is your life. You make the choices. What other people's attitudes are towards you and, you know, you trying to promote well-being within yourself should be supportive. And look, if somebody isn't supportive about those changes in you, then the chances are they have not got your best interests at heart. They're not cheerleading you. They're not supporting you. They're not wanting the best for you. You know, maybe it's time to look at why that is. Could be jealousy, it could be fear that, you know, you're changing, you're transforming. It might frighten somebody. Somebody might think, wow, you know, this person's looking amazing. This could be an ex-person watching you, looking at you online if you've got some sort of social media presence and saying, wow, she or he is looking pretty good. And maybe they think that the choices or the changes that you're making is something that they want to get back in touch with, or they want to be one of your choices. You know, if this is somebody from the past, this might just naturally be somebody who's looked you up online and hasn't seen you in ages and saying, wow, you are looking good. Let me get in contact. Let's meet up. You know, what these sort of changes that I've been talking about, whether you're starting them or whether you've just about to complete them, they're attractive. They are enticing. When we're in this positive mindset and we're moving towards things that are good for us, it's an attractive quality. So wow, so we've got quite a lot of changes going on there for you. How exciting though, for some of you that's been working really hard and staying focused, well done to you. You know, I'm somebody in my life that I've had insecurities about body confidence, like most of us have, and all this self-belief, and it's really easy to procrastinate, isn't it? And say, well, I can do this, I'm going to do that, but, you know, let's do it. Let's get the work done. Let's say what we mean and mean what we say. Not only kind of being more attractive is a great thing, but it's also like the fact of achievement, isn't it? If you've decided to get fit, take a new hobby up, you know, for your health, and it's starting to pay off and make you feel better, and then that's a great step. That's a great thing. And let that be encouragement to some of you watching this, thinking, actually, you know what, this is what I need to do next. I've been aware that some of what I have been doing hasn't been the healthiest. I need to make these changes for myself and for my family and basically for, you know, everybody else involved. Oh wow. So now we've got the Lovers card. I talked about these exes watching you, didn't I? Or these people coming in and sort of noticing you, thinking you're looking sassy, or you're just, you know, your confidence is through the roof because you feel so good about yourself or about the changes you're making. So it feels like you're going to get attention, group one. Feels like you're going to be an original doll. Quite literally. And I am so happy for you if this is the change that you are making and you've been successful and it's coming to fruition. But you know what? I'm really happy for you if you're even just starting to make the decisions and you're putting small things into practice bit by bit in order to achieve this goal. So then we have this High Priestess card. Very different in this deck. The High Priestess card, this is the card of watching silently and thinking about what the next appropriate decision is to make, or understanding what needs to be done but not procrastinating. I did just say that, didn't I? She doesn't voice everything. She just knows within what she wants to do and what she needs to do in order to carry it out, and then she just sets the plans in motion. And I feel like that's what's going on here. You're making these changes, you're putting on this new set of glasses, looking at things from a completely different way. And it feels like, group two, that you're going to be a really big success as a part of this. And when I'm looking at the next part of the reading, this side, which was about love and kind of relationships and this sort of thing, and you know, let's be real, this can be about a relationship with yourself as well, which is the most important relationship you'll ever have. And this is lining up just beautifully with everything I've just said about your first column. So it says, take the next step now. And so maybe this confidence has been growing and you're feeling very good about yourself, and that feels quite a fiery energy with these Two of Wands. This is fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And I often say this Two of Wands are about this doorway opening to something new, some new prospect, life looking very different. And look how fabulous she looks on this card. And she's looking good. And she's looking out to this beautiful setting. Maybe you're going on holiday with your new self and you're feeling great. And then you have this Nine of Pentacles, which is this beautiful, this is the card of somebody very powerful, very beautiful, independent, doing something really significant for themselves. And this 9 is, you know, getting ready to finish something, to get the work done. You're nearly there, group 2. You're almost there. And it feels like this is going to be a real triumph for you. And, you know, how beautiful that these set of readings were the next step readings, and your cards just take the next step now. Spirit want you to be very clear about this. New beginnings, group 2. Very new beginnings where somebody sees you for your beauty. They love that you're independent, that you're powerful, that you're motivated, that you're energetic. They love that you can produce, you know, you can produce the goods. You set your mind to something and you can do it. And you do it in this amazing way. It's almost like everything you touch turns to gold, group 2. And I really get a feeling of that. And I just have this sense that your life is changing as a result of this. This could be somebody coming in, and you might be single and they might be just meeting you, and they might think, wow, this individual she's very sexy, she knows who she is, she's pretty much got her together, and yeah, and she's forging forward, and let me be part of that. I'd like to experience part of that with this person. And if this is an existing relationship, this is you coming into your own and needing to make changes within the current scenario. And that's you driving it, though. It's something to do with you if you're in a relationship. It's not necessarily, gosh, this is something as a couple you need to do together. This is something you need to drive. And if that's new pursuits, a new way of being together, a new approach to love, a new approach to a long-standing relationship, making necessary changes, then great. That's going to be very important for you. Okay, then we have the Chaser card. Codependent relationships, fear of abandonment. Okay. I spoke about earlier, I don't think this is saying, gosh, because you're this wonderful person, you necessarily are having these fear of abandonment issues. But for some of you, you might be in this dynamic where you're wanting to change yourself for somebody else. And this card is saying to you, if that's the case, then that's not the right reason. You should be doing this for yourself, making these choices for the betterment of you, not for somebody else. So they want you to be very careful of that. For those that isn't the case, they're saying that potentially, I mentioned in this other column about somebody being alienated by the changes in you and what's going on in your life. Maybe somebody doesn't like this independent you. Maybe somebody doesn't like how, you know, your ambition, your fire and your energy is kind of helping you to grow. And sometimes some people fear us growing out of the need for them and for that relationship and for that love. But a person that really truly loves you and respects you in every possible way understands that this autonomy within a partnership is essential. And if somebody doesn't like that or feels that you're shining in some way that makes them feel uncomfortable, then it's time for them to look at themselves very closely and, you know, maybe make some choices. But from your perspective, I would say don't apologise for change. Don't apologise for success. Don't apologise for wanting to be more or wanting more in your life. Wow. And as I say that, the World card pops out. The World card is like, your horizons are broadening. You want more. You can see that you can achieve more. So you want to go for it. And that might be frightening somebody, or for other people, it might be just this very, very attractive new you. And on the World card, there's normally this naked lady you can see in all her beauty. And that's in all different shapes and sizes. Happiness doesn't come in one fit, and it doesn't come in this idea, like I was talking about with how we feel about our physical being, how we look to the world. For everybody, you know, being this person that needs to be 2 stone or whatever, it isn't for everybody. You may have just taken up exercise and have more energy, and that's a beautiful thing. And this lady in this world card, she is feeling in her power. Now I say she because it's a lady on the card, but this could be a he or a she. This is an energy that is vibrant and feels good and understands that they're really starting to tick boxes and complete things in their life. And that feels really exciting. Very exciting group 2. You know what? And if they love you and they'll grow with you. Aha. And we have love yourself first. What did I just say? This relationship with how you feel about yourself is just essential in all of these topics that we've been discussing for you today, group 2. And for those that don't feel that they do love themselves, it feels like you're on a journey of change. And this is going to be very, very good for you. So if this is something you're thinking of doing, something new that's going to bring about better self-worth, stronger self-esteem, then that is just fabulous. I'm loving this for you, group 2. It says your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Yes, yes, yes. When we feel good internally and externally, then we send this energetic vibration out to the universe that says, look at me. I am fabulous, as I said. Okay, so now we have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So for those that feel that somebody's disagreeing with how they feel and the changes they're making, they're saying ignore that. It's how it makes you feel that's important. And for others, they're saying that, you know, you're having a bit of a glow up, quite frankly. And potential people are seeing you and are attracted to you. There's been a lot of that in this whole reading. It's all about you in this beautiful metamorphosis, group 2. So then you have the card, express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gestures. If you've just met somebody, tell them. If you're having fun with them, if you're enjoying their company, if you find them attractive, let them know. Be vocal about it. It says this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So maybe you've just started speaking to somebody and it's all very new. And maybe you think, this could be different this time. This could be interesting. And for those that are in long-term relationships, you're with the one. So let's just express it. Let's tell those people how we feel about them. Okay. Can we have one more romance angel card, please, to finish off this lovely group 2's what are my next steps reading? What would be really good for them to know? It looks really good for love, I have to say. Looks like you're coming into some harmony, some new space. And that's what happens when we do the work. We grow and we change and things happen. Ah, make the effort. It says great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So maybe you just had an idea that you like somebody, or you like an idea of something new and you want to explore it. But whatever you do, in whatever area, my group 2s, making the effort on all levels is the message that they want you to know about the next step, your move. Welcome group 3 to my black cat group, my little Cilla. For those of you who don't know, I have a black cat And in fact, she's actually the other side of that camera as we speak. And yeah, she's, Cilla. Yeah, she's not having a bar of any of it. She likes to sit and know where I am, but she doesn't feel the need to move herself in any way. I'm just gonna burn a little bit of incense while we do this group 3 one. I also want you to just cover your ears slightly, group 3, because I have done quite a lot of readings today. So I'm going to burn some incense. I did some sage as well, and I'm just going to hit my singing bowl so that we can just clear our energy a bit so we can have a lovely reading for you, group 3. Smash in. As I said in the intro, I'm going to do 2 columns. One's going to be about the next step in your energy or in your life, or you know, that could pertain to lots of different things. And the other column is going to be about the next step for you in love. What do we have for the next step? Generally, volunteer. And for love, we have heavenly signs. Oh, this card came up in my weekly oracle that I do. I have Instagram as well, and I'll put the details along the bottom. That I do run a daily oracle. They're just like reels and shorts and posts, and I pull a card each day. And yeah, it might be something that you might enjoy as well. Go and have a little look. Interesting. Right, so what do we have? I'll kind of put these upside down at the moment. It's just a new thing I'm doing so that you can see them, the cards. I don't normally always have the focus of the camera on the cards. Today I thought I might do it like this for you. You can see. I do normally like to hold them up to the camera anyway, just so that you get an idea when I talk about them. So next step then. So we have this volunteer card. This could mean potentially you're gonna volunteer, or you've just looked into doing something to help somebody else. And it feels like that's going to be really nice for you to do something completely different that you've never done before. Perhaps there's a charity that you're really interested in and you want to get involved in what they're doing. Maybe it's that. You volunteering yourself for something. This might not necessarily be specific to charity work. This might be you helping a friend out, helping somebody out who you work with. It could be, yeah, it could be maybe potential for you to offer some stability to somebody else, maybe. Maybe this voluntary is just talking about you having this idea of your own and you offering up your time, your love or your effort for somebody else. And it's quite interesting because we have this King of Pentacles next to it. So this is very earth energy. So this is the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Maybe that's you. And this king can be a man or a lady. It's a king in its energy, and the king is significant that it's the highest court card within the Pentacles. So it has the most power in terms of being steadfast, being secure. And maybe you are offering up your time, your advice, your help to somebody else because you have this very stable position in life. This is usually somebody that's got their money sorted, or somebody that kind of sticks to what they say. They are trustworthy. They are very successful people. Is this you, group 3, my little black cat group? Are you in this stable position in your life? So you're going to offer to help somebody else, somebody very close to you. You're going to start giving something. Next to it is this Hermit card of Virgo. So either you're going to help a Virgo or you're a Virgo And this hermit is really about this knowledge. I said about this king being very capable, and this couple this card up with the hermit, and you know, this can be the Virgo energy as well, so this could be a strong Virgo person involved here. This hermit carries so much wisdom. It's like, you know what, I'm going to help you out in this area of your life. I'm going to give advice, or I'm going to give support because I'm very knowledgeable. I have the wisdom. I've been there, I've done that. This could be somebody helping somebody out within their business or their professionalism. Somebody that could bestow very good advice in an area in your life that perhaps you've needed the help. This could be a person that often doesn't say an awful lot, but when they do, their words are listened to by people because they speak so much truth and so much wisdom, as I said earlier. I feel like if this is you, you are identifying somebody that needs your help, somebody that needs your support, and you're wishing to give to that person. And if it's not a person, it might be a cause. It might be something you really believe in, that you want to share your wisdom and your financial support. It could be that you're very knowledgeable on something and people want to listen to you and listen to what you have to say because there's a lot of value in it. And also with this voluntary card, whatever this next step is, it's like this is your choice. No one's twisting your arm. It's something that's happening to you because you've chosen it. You've made a decision to go towards this direction. We then have this twin flames card. Yin and yang, balance, union, duality, coupling, complementing each other. Are you about to go into partnership with somebody in some way? Could be at work. Could be, you know, we're going to talk about love, but it could be a relationship. It could be maybe a relationship that started through somebody you work with. Could be that somebody's just been there for you when you've needed them, shown you support. Or you've supported somebody to such an extent that they are like so grateful and so thankful for your help. You know, on a really sort of more simple note, sometimes we provide this for our friends, you know. Sometimes we think that we're just having a bit of a chat, or we've spent some time with, you know, somebody we love or somebody we want to share our time with. And they've just been like a drive and an inspiration. Maybe you've inspired somebody to gain confidence to go and do something themselves or to have faith in themselves. Or maybe you've given an opinion on something and it's opened somebody's eyes to their potential in life, or to something that it feels like, whatever this is, it's like a strong pull. You've got a strong pull to go towards this, or to help somebody, or to come up with this new project that's going to provide some value for groups of people or individuals. Perhaps it's something that you've been thinking about starting, or a conversation you've been thinking about having with a person for a long time, and you've been choosing your words wisely, and now you're supporting and bestowing information and help on somebody else. Or perhaps this earth energy is coming to your life and is helping you. And sometimes we have an impact on people in their lives and we don't even know it. And we're not even aiming to, you know, there's no agenda. It just is something that naturally happens. I wrote a post recently through something that was going on in my own life, and it said something like, sometimes the most amazing people come into your life at times when you least expect it, and you don't know where these people even come from, or that this sort of thing is even going to happen, and then it just does, and it has like this huge impact on you. I feel like this is something that's going on for you right now energetically. If you're listening to this and you're thinking, do you know what, I really wanted to go and help X, Y, and Z, or get involved in this, or find out more about that, but I'm not sure. This is like a message to you from Spirit saying, go do it, go volunteer, go and get involved. Go and put your energy into something new, or someone new. Could be amazing. Could be the making of you, 3-3. It's definitely going to bring challenge, of course, but it's like, it's that type of challenge that's worth it. It's so rewarding, whatever this is. It feels like it's going to reward you in so many different ways. For some, this could be you consult in some way and it's a financial reward and it pays off. For others, it's like this moral balance. Are you feeling like it's time for you to put into something rather than to take? It's time for you to contribute in some way to something perhaps bigger than you or your life. Okay, can we have another clarification card for this next step for our group 3s? That one just really wanted to come out. What does it say? The moon. Yeah, now this makes total sense. So the moon, card of Pisces, and this moon, it's like this ethereal energy. It's like there's something that you don't know yet. It's like maybe you don't even know this is, I said this could be like something that happens out of the blue and you've got no control over, and then it ends up, you get involved and it ends up being the best thing you ever did. And this moon energy is like, yeah, it's sort of saying you don't need to know everything about what this is going to look like at this stage. So if this is a business or a job, it's like, yeah, we don't know the outcomes yet, we don't know, but with this King of Pentacles and this Hermit card, this is like something really good for us. This is something coming in that's gonna, it's gonna add to our lives rather than subtract. And it's going to be something important. There's a little bit of fear around this card. So maybe it's something that you're sort of thinking twice about, or you're in this hermit energy where you're in your head thinking, should I do this, should I not do that? And it's saying, go do it, go do it, go volunteer, take part, get involved, and find balance and come together with something, some new idea. And then we have this Page of Wands. Yeah, this is excitement about some new project. This is what this is all kind of talking about. This could be, like I say, the project could be a person or a job, or just a new hobby, or I don't know, joining a choir. They're good, you know. I joined a choir not recently. I didn't even join, I was actually accepted by these wonderful, amazing group of ladies and one man. Amazing man, if you're listening, Howard. And yeah, basically, I joined because a friend started getting together with some other friends, and they just sort of started this group, and then it turned into a choir. And now they're just the most amazing group of people you could ever imagine. They're so talented, and they're just, their hearts are huge. And you know, not only do I go to this choir session every couple of weeks, but you know, it's uplifting. These people are uplifting just by being around. And yeah, maybe you're going to do something like that. Okay, so then we have, wow, this, you know what, I was just about to say, why am I shuffling another card? Because I need to move on to love now. But there's always a reason, right? Spirit always have a reason for cards coming out. So now we have the King of Pentacles twice next to each other. Abundance, prosperity. making things happen. And I talked about this fear, and when I said about the fear, it's because this rabbit, and often these white rabbits within the tarot, can just be this underlying you worrying that, is this a good thing, is it not? And you have this big fat white rabbit there. He's lovely too. But the point I'm making is this is like, maybe your fear is getting bigger about something just because it's something new. And Spirit just want you to let go of it. Let go of the worrying hows, what's, where's. Just go with the flow. And this King of Pentacles just wants to pay out. It wants to pay out in dividends to you. Reward, like I said earlier. Whatever this is, it's going to be very, very good for you. Okay, let's get on to love for my smashing group 3s. Heavenly signs. So, signs and synchronicities. For some of you, my gorgeous people, you will have somebody that loves you, or you were in love with, in spirit. And this card is just saying, they know sometimes things have been really hard and difficult to let go of. They know you've been sad and you've had pain, and they want you to love again, and they want you to flourish in your life. They want you to feel supported and treated like the precious stone that you are. Wow, that's weird that they said that. They said precious stone and you have the engagement ring. Engagement, partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, union. For some it feels like a partner is in spirit. And it feels like you've not been able to move forward. It feels like deep down you would like to have some peace with this. But there's this constant looking back at what has been. You know, she has these 5 swords in her hands. And these 2 swords behind. And this is a very clear message for a small group of you, which is this behind was you and this person and that couple. And you have the Chariot card next to it, card of Cancer. So maybe this was a person in this star sign of Cancer. And this was a very balanced, very beautiful relationship. You understood each other. You knew what each other was thinking. You finished each other's sentences, this kind of thing. Give and take was like a huge thing. And this message for somebody watching directly is that this person wants you to move on and wants you to move forward. It doesn't mean you love them any less. It doesn't mean that this won't be good for you. It means that they know it will be. They know that you don't think that, but they know that this could be good for you. For some of you, you might be getting engaged and you might have somebody in spirit and it feels like it's been a really hard time for you recently. You've been dealing with a lot of emotional, heavy emotions to do with love, but there's this tiny glimmer in the background of what's to come. And for some of you, that is to let love back into your life. Now that might be with another partner. It might not even be now. It might be just telling you this is the direction they'd really like for you to start moving towards. And that might be this healing, first of all, and then trying to move forward in other ways, not necessarily in love, but in love for yourself. And what I mean by that is in love for yourself, that you understand that being stuck and feeling this sense of continual lack and separation and, you know, missing this person because they're gone and that's it now. That's not what the universe wants for you. That's not what Spirit is saying is good for you. And that's not what this person wanted for you. They want you to collect your thoughts and move forward. They want you to build your self-worth again and understand that love comes in lots of different shapes and forms. And it can look very different. For those of you that are just getting engaged and you have moved on from something, but it's just that little bit in the background that, is this okay for me to do that? Still looking back, like I said earlier, on this Seven of Swords. It is okay. It's not bad to want to be happy. It's not bad to move on with your life. Sometimes it's absolutely necessary that we do that. We can't stay stuck in these old mindsets. For those of you that this isn't anyone in spirit or a partner, this is somebody in spirit wanting to speak to you and saying to you, love exists, commitment exists, meeting somebody and having a fulfilling relationship exists. You have not had the balance, and now you need to move into a time where you accept the balance, accept the yin and the yang. Perhaps there have been past hurts, past relationships, and there hasn't been this yin and yang. There has been no balance. It's been completely out of balance in terms of one person taking. And spirit, you know, whether that be a loved one or just spirit speaking to you direct with this heavenly signs, they're saying, right, we're going to start moving you. We're going to start showing you things. We're going to start bringing things into your life and into this forum that you need to contribute to and you are going to be part of. It's always, when we've been hurt in the past, it's so easy to just gain this mindset, isn't it, of I don't trust that was in the past, or I miss it, or I don't want any more of it. You know, it's this energy for me in this positioning anyway. And with the Chariot next to it, it's almost saying, yeah, these are the two sides to your thought processes and you're very sort of split, which then makes you feel imbalanced, which is this yin yang again. You know, when you don't have clarity in your own mind about what you want and how you're going to achieve it, or how, you know, even know in your own mind to some degree, this constant no, yes, shall I, shan't I energy. This is really asking you to believe in love. Believe in love for yourself, believe in love for your family, and believe in potential love if it's new love that you want to bring into your life. It exists. It exists, group 3. And maybe this reading just needed to tell you that when something dies, there's this stage of healing and then there's this stage of growth, and potentially something can be reborn. And that could be a new person, a stable, secure, loving person. This Chariot, I said, was the Cancer energy. So this is a Cancer energy, either yourself or the person I'm talking about then. This is somebody very loving, you know. Cancer is, again, ruled by the moon. You have the moon card on here. So more Cancer energy. It's ruled by the moon. This moon is this highly emotional transit, you know, which goes through these cycles and just serves to illuminate. So they're serving to illuminate you. And then we have this Knight of Cups. This is potential offer of love. And for me, next to this engagement ring, it feels like for some of you, until you move forward in your Chariot energy and clear the waters, this is your heart space I'm talking about, clear the waters, balance these cups, get them into balance so that there's the right amount of love in the cups so that you can offer it. if you don't have your cups full right now and they're empty, then obviously you can't offer love, and you won't align with love, or you won't bring in the right type of love and energies. Law of attraction states that we meet people on the energy we're in when we meet them, and it's so true. So if you're in a stage of turmoil, self-loathing, I don't know, no confidence, these types of energies, and you put yourself out there, you're going to potentially meet somebody like that too. And that's where this whole codependency, you know, imbalance things happen. Toxicity then can be at play. So it's like almost that when you want to go into a new relationship, if you really want this long-lasting, beautiful relationship in your life, it's like you need to prepare yourself. Prepare the environment, which is your head and your body and your soul and all of it as one, to be ready, to be ready, to be ready. And of course that constantly evolves for all of us. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Group 2 actually had this one. I'm pretty sure they had the same card. Love can bring such joy in our life. Can bring us balance if it's the right love. And this is something that we just need to discern along the way in order to know ourselves better, I suppose. And once we know ourselves better and we've been willing to uncover the things that have, wow, have bothered us, we can see things clearly. Okay. So yeah, the energies are speaking very clear now. I've got this engagement ring and now I've got the wedding card. So like I say, if this is a husband or wife in spirit, they want you to know that you can feel romance again in your life. You can have balance again in your life. You will share this energy with somebody again, and they'd like you to move forward. And maybe the first stage is just to say, okay, I need to start letting go of something that's not here now, and I need to love it and honour it and have my memories, but not let it hold me back. And for those that have been struggling in love and the past and moving forward, it feels like engagement and marriage is coming for you. Feels like this person's out there. It's like they're already aligning with you, maybe even manifesting you. But you need to get yourself in the right position in order for you to come together at the right time and the right place. Okay, for my group 3s, one more romance card please, because it feels like Spirit want you to have love, group 3. It feels like they really do. They want you to experience passion again. They want you to know what that's like. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. It's time to let this new passion, this new love come into your space. Allow it. Allow yourself to dare to dream and to have this wonderful, amazing experience with somebody again in your life at some stage. Even if that's not now. Take care, group 3. And on your next stage, be open to love.